History judges us by how we react.
When the West Side Highway collapsed, fell to the ground in 1973, we should have known then that we had an impending, dangerous crisis coming up.
But instead, says former City Traffic Commissioner Sam Schwartz,
15 people died in the 1980s in bridge collapses. That's what it took for the city, for the region to react.
When we started this series 8 weeks ago, the warning signs had piled up, on paper, in statistics, and if you're a commuter, probably in your experience.
It's like all of a sudden, what happens to the subway? It's falling apart.
When everybody realizes it's a problem,
said a hopeful Phil Plotch, who used to manage planning at the MTA.
That's when you could solve a problem.
So how have we responded? A series of derailments forced Amtrak to finally undertake major repairs at Penn Station. And despite this reminder from VP Stephen Gardner,
the station will not be, quote-unquote, fixed when we finish this work.
It hasn't been as infernal as a lot of us expected. So that Summer of Hell label got slapped on the subways, which got new leadership.
I don't want to get into politics.
And an $800 million rescue plan. But we still don't know if it'll be a tax on the rich or congestion pricing or something else entirely that'll pay for it. Even if the money does magically appear,
we have to suffer for a number of years. There's no getting around that.
Aside from federal money, which is going to be essential in the long run, I asked the experts what we can do better, big picture, and I got a pretty consistent answer.
There's no one government organization that thinks about what's best for the region.
I would recommend a regional authority that includes New Jersey Transit, PATH, with professionals operating it, not with politicians coming up with their ideas and schemes. We'd be much better off.
That seems very idealistic to think that you could possibly separate it from politics.
Yeah, I've only been around for a half century in transportation, and I remain idealistic.
Because right now what we have is kind of the worst of both worlds.
That's the Regional Plan Association's Tom Wright.
When things go well, the politicians will take credit for it, but when they fail, they will say, well, I'm not in charge, who me? And we can't go with that any longer.
We are New Yorkers, after all, so we're never going to be completely satisfied with our transportation system. But we've come this close to the breaking point. We know what we have to do. I'm Alex Silverman. Safe travels.